This morning I'm at one of my clients' house. This is the home of Jenny Solario in Union City, California. And we have here a natives and drought-tolerant perennial garden that's planted where she used to have a lawn. On the far end there you'll see Chad. He's cutting open a little more compost to mulch with. Hey Chad, say hello to Mom. And we did a sheet mulch in here by putting cardboard down over the top of Jenny's lawn, and then we covered it up with compost. I used a treated redwood compost out here at the time. And after the lawn died, I came back with a whole bunch of drought-tolerant perennials and California natives and put them in. The hummingbird fuchsia, California hummingbird fuchsia, is blooming right up here in the front, the bright red one. This is a salvia from Mexico, Salvia greggii. That's the watermelon form. Over there behind it with the more red flowers, that's the island snapdragon bush from California, Calvesia speciosa. Right next to it over there with orange flowers is our native monkey flower, the Mimulus aurantiacus. Over here on this side of the yard you can see how the process begins. We've got the patch of lawn that's left in the center yet to use for the picnic table. Otherwise, all the way around the perimeter, underneath the beautiful fig tree that Jenny has in the yard, loaded in luscious figs, and underneath the Valencia orange and also navel orange. You can see here that we put down compost. Compost is again laid on top of sheets of post-consumer cardboard. So you just go through, kind of dig a trench around the edge to get the Bermuda grass back. Then throw the cardboard over the top, overlap it like shingles, dump compost over the top, and watch the lawn die underneath. Same process right here along Jenny's fence. Cardboard covered in compost, but in this area, put in some San Marzano tomatoes, and there's some Italian pole beans with a little zucchini up front. Over here on this corner of the yard, right at the end of Jenny's driveway, we've got another spot that was sheet mulched, and it has Provence lavender growing with Salvia greggii. We've got some California buckwheats in there, and right up around here with the purple flowers is the coyote mint. That's another California native. Some ceanothus in the background. These are all perfectly drought-tolerant plants. This area really receives hardly any water at all. We got some brand new fresh grapes, looking good. And we've got green beans growing up the fence all the way along with the grapes. Here's a raised bed planter. And there we've got some salad tomatoes. We have some eggplant, and we have some bell peppers. Here again, more lawn that was sheet mulched with cardboard and compost. And we have watermelons. Here on the other side, we've got some asparagus growing. We have an apple tree. Got some broccoli back there. And then there's a lime tree with cucumbers underneath. All this work was done in an area that used to be a lawn, and it was Bermuda grass lawn, which is really sort of a nasty plant. It sort of creeps everywhere. This is a real solution. Got rid of the water bill, got rid of the lawnmower, started to produce food, and then began to produce beautiful flowers for butterflies, for native insects. There was a hummingbird out here a moment ago on the salvias. Really, really, really a good idea. Here's a citrus tree hanging with ripe Valencia oranges. Well, we're here in the garden of Jenny Solario in Union City. Jenny's one of my clients. I've given her a hand with the garden. And Jenny, how do you like your backyard now?
I love my backyard.
Cool. And so tell me a little bit about your experiences then since we've done this.
Okay, well, we started out with basically a lawn here and a lawn there, and I kind of knew the drought was going to come. And so I started talking to Bill, and gradually he started, putting in all sorts of drought-tolerant plants for me, as you can see. And we also started putting in more fruit trees, more vegetables, and it's just great. I get a lot of fresh organic vegetables, and so do my neighbors.
I find this happens to a lot of people who really hadn't been too deeply involved in gardening prior. Once we get something rolling here, and now I've got Jenny identifying all the butterflies in the yard. Tell me about the hummingbirds.
Oh, with our hummingbirds, I actually have a friend named Bob. He comes and he'll perch, and he won't fly away. So, you know, it's been great. We've got a variety of butterflies that come in, and they're just gorgeous.
And you never really saw them when this was a grass lawn, did you?
I would say, geez, just the insect life has grown. I have a variety of bees now, so I'm learning to appreciate the yellow jackets.
And for the benefit of most of the folks who don't have this experience with the insects, truth is yeah, we got some pests back here, but most of them are really pretty much beneficial or innocuous, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and so we tend to see, it's the 80-20 rule. Probably 80% of what comes into the yard is fun to have around, right?
Right.
And then I noticed too that your culinary and cooking things have increased around here, your interest in food since we put in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's a nice tomato harvest you got back there.
Oh, no, it's been a great year. Just delicious.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad that you're enjoying it, because it really makes me feel good when I help people find this. So thanks a lot for talking to us, and
Thank you.
yep, we'll see you on the web.